You know, so I just don't have, you know. I was reading an article this week that.
Well, let me go back to the question real quick, because I wanted to know was like, was there some like kind of like something like they could read your mind now or something? Because like, how did she know that I said that? Because she was in the other room, the nurse was.
If they're aliens, they can read your mind. They're telepathic.
Oh, okay.
If she's like hosted by an alien,
she looks human enough to me, but you know.
Because I was reading an article this week, someone was stating that underneath every hospital is a reptilian base.
Oh, okay. Because during this hospital, they tore down the hospital garage.
They tore it down.
Yeah, so they're doing something. There's something going on.
Yeah, probably building something underneath it.
Yeah.
A lot of the hospitals, yeah. I mean, I know there's one out in Seattle, right there by the military bases, that's built and run by alien-controlled beings. I mean, people have talked about it. People that have been in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I mean, if you're running into, you know, go to find a different hospital. Just find a different one. Find a normal one. You know, I've never run into any of this wild stuff I hear from other people. But
one day I was in there and she just said bye to me. I just looked at her. I was like, why you saying bye to me? I was about to knock her out.
But you can look at their eyes, and if they're black and they're dead and they're soulless, then you can tell.
She was like, you got a job to do and I got a job to do too. I was like,
you know,
okay.
So lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yeah.
Because they've been replaced.
Mm-hmm.
You know, alien possession is as common as demonic possession.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Bible said in the last days it was going to be an alien nation.
Yeah, because didn't they seed the earth a long time ago?
Well, the last kingdom that Daniel mentions, I think it's chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the last kingdom would be the toes, depicted by the toes, iron mixed with clay.
Yeah.
Iron is another term for terrestrial,
Okay.
for aliens. Clay is referring to mankind.
Yeah.
And so we have a hybrid nation. We have an alien nation.
Yeah, because I see ships flying right over my house about every night. And
No,
I'm
I know.
Where are they going? Where are they landing to?
But they're birds.
Yeah. I mean, like, you could tell they're UFOs. You could definitely tell they're UFOs because they don't look like the circle ones. They look like stealth UFOs, like.
Yeah. Well, I hear from people all the time that talk about seeing the black ones, and I'll tell you what, the black ones,
they're black.
Black's the military.
Oh, okay.
Black is the military.
But the way they fly like they're UFOs, though.
Well, they are, because our government has their own fleet.
Oh, okay. It's part of the delusion.
Well, no, it's real.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're actually flying these things. They have their own UFO fleet. Every government does.
Yeah,
Chinese have them. Russians have them. The Germans were the first ones with them.
Yeah,
they call them Foo Fighters.
In India, planning something in 2012, but there's so much destruction that nobody will see it.
Yeah, and so now what we have is, it's not a question if UFOs exist, it's who's flying it.
Yeah.
Is it an alien, a Russian, a Chinese, or an American? You know, that's the only question now. Because these kind of vehicles do exist. They've had the technology for the last 40, 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
They've just been very hidden from the public. And, you know, the alien fleet, the motherships will pose as stars in the sky. And then these little UFOs you'll see, like the little gray disc type.
Yeah.
These 1 or 2 man piloted ones, they just come from the motherships. They're scout ships. They're called scout ships.
Yeah.
But the military have painted theirs black. So that's the tip-off right there. That's one of ours.
Yeah, I've reading posts, people talking about, like, when the ship comes, I'm hopping on, and, you know, I'm like, okay.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
They're going to eat you.
Because they're talking now about how they're taking people off the Earth and putting them on other planets and stuff. And people actually believe that they're going on other planets to live. They're killing them. I mean, read my article, To Serve Man. You know, alien beings, you know, if they take you off this Earth, you're taking, you know, you're not going to go onto a different planet and live, put it that way. That's part of the illusion. You know, they're killing people left and right. Their whole idea of cleansing is nothing but murder. And so when they talk about cleansing the Earth of bad, negative, vibratory rays, all this New Age garbage, it's just another fancy way of saying they're killing you. That's all it is.
But I don't know if America will be able to, you'll be still standing to see it.
Well, America's going to be destroyed. Our judgment's coming. I mean, we're going to be invaded by the Chinese. It goes without saying. There's a Chinese invasion coming here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming through Alaska, down through Minnesota. They'll be coming up from the north through Alaska, across Canada. Mm-hmm. And up from the south, we already know they've amassed below the border. Mm-hmm. And they own their own ports on the west coast in California. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be coming from the west, the north, and the south.
Yeah, because that's why I've seen people saying, prophesizing about L.A. getting destroyed.
Yeah, and so America, we aren't going to have Chinese invasion because they've already made an agreement with the Russians. It's really the Russians behind it. They'll use their scalar beam weaponry to take down our planes during the attack.
The Russian one is gone. So
but Russia doesn't want the land. Chinese want the land.
Oh, okay.
So China's going to get the land.
Yeah, because they got nowhere else to go. They got babies all over the place.
Yeah, they want the land, and the Russians don't really care about the land, and so, that's their agreement, that the Russians would back the Chinese with their space weapons here to overcome and overtake America, and then the Chinese would get the land. And so we're looking at quite a bit of, destruction coming.
Yeah, and have you seen the code about the Minuteman, about a massacre?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Yeah, well, codes can change. Codes can give you all of anything that could possibly happen out of 3 or 5 ways of things. Mm-hmm. And so you can't discredit it, but, it's something to look out for. I do the same thing. I'll look at 2005 as a year in general to see what's coming, what's dominant. Doesn't mean it will happen, but it's possible. Mm-hmm. And those men probably will, because if this Chinese invasion happens, they're going to be right in the line of fire for, a couple million Chinese soldiers coming up over the border. Mm-hmm. But I have a lot of respect for them. Take your hats off to them. They're patriots. They love the country. Mm-hmm. Doing the job the government refuses to do.
Yeah. They should have put the fences up a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And they refuse to do it, and they're making a statement. Get off your butts and do something, Congress. And they come out with, well, we rehired 400 after they fired 2,000. They hired 400.
Yeah, and this is how twisted our government is. They'll let them pay into the illegal immigrants, pay into the Social Security, but they don't take nothing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come over here and get on our Medicaid.
Yeah.
And they make it so hard for Americans themselves to get any kind of health care. How do you just cross the border? And they get all these benefits with no Social Security card or driver's license, And I've heard plans that they were just going to give the Southwest to Mexico.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be one continent here. Canada, America, and Mexico is just going to blend.
Yeah.
And so that's why they've opened the borders. So I don't know what's going on with that. There's so many different agendas being played at one time.
Yeah.
That you can't keep up.
Yeah.
That one. There's this one over here, and that one, and that one. But you recognize everything that's going on. Nothing takes you by surprise.
Yeah. And I was kind of mad because the Sarah thing, then Jermaine didn't come in on the 15th. I'm like, come on, let's get things started.
I hear you. But I've never seen it for an April.
Yeah.
As much, I've been looking at this stuff.
I think it's going to be May the 5th. I think that's the day it's going to be.
I've always seen it in May.
Yeah.
And so, if it came in April, fine, but, whatever. Because it could have lingered. They could have came on TV and went on for the next 2 weeks before they announced the Sarah itself. I mean, they're supposed to come in and arrest our political treason traitors, our government officials.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch.